Okay, here we are at the second part of lesson 5.07. So we had just finished the reading, stopping with Polk's expansionist agenda, stopping there before we read the next part for the next lesson. But let's recap. So what we've read about so far was Mexican independence. First of all, Mexico was controlled by Spain, then it became independent from Spain, and then we started to read about American settlement into the Texas territory and how, because it was primarily made up of Texans, they eventually wanted to declare independence, and the Battle of the Alamo and the other incidents that occurred to make Texas an independent country for a short while. And we also read about how some of the people living in Texas did want to become part of the United States. However, the United States, some areas of the United States already existing, did not necessarily agree with that because of the amount of slaveholders that were living in Texas and the problems associated with bringing another slave state into the country might bring. So some foreshadowing of events yet to come. But let's finish the few other activities we have for the 5.07 lesson, and let's flip through. And I do want to note here that this activity, the timeline of westward expansion, this is something you can skip over. You really don't need to do it because if we look at it here, it's just requiring you to build your own timeline. And there's nothing at the end that you're going to find. And if you look at the reading guide for this unit or for this lesson, let me bring that up. Okay, so here's the reading guide for lesson 5.07, and the first one is a series of events that took place towards Texas independence, and you just have to put them in order. So you're already doing a timeline there. And then the second one is now following the sections Battle to the Alamo to the Lone Star Republic, the development of an independent country of Texas. It's also a timeline, putting those things into order. So you don't really need to do the online activity timeline because there's already a timeline associated with your reading guide. And then there's a graphic to show the various aspects of Texas annexation. And that was the end of the reading guide. Here, those questions and the graphs that go along with that lesson. And then at the end, before you're completely finished with the 5.07 lesson, you have to complete the 507 checkpoint. And this one, you can use your completed reading guide to answer the 2 questions. So that is the extent of the 5.07 lesson, Texas, the Lone Star Republic. And then the next thing we will do is talk about the 5.08 discussion and the 5.09 lesson. So that will be coming up in another video. Thank you.